What's up, y'all? Welcome to day 2 of my vlog, where I just share my thoughts and my ideas of what I'm going through in my journey in life as I'm trying to work to be my best and live my best life as I'm trying to accomplish all my goals and dreams and aspirations. Like I mentioned earlier in my first vlog, I talked about my upbringing. I talked about where I came from. I talked about the things or circumstances that made me who I am, and the reason why I'm trying to work to be a motivational speaker to inspire the people around us, especially my Tongan community. But today I wanted to talk about something that's very important in life, that's very important in our journey called life. It's very important for anybody that's trying to find themselves. It's very important for anybody that's trying to be successful. Is you have to be able to be flexible, and you have to be able to be adjustable to your circumstances. Because one thing about life, and things will not never things, one thing about life, things will never work out. Man, I'm stumbling in my words, but things will never work out the way you plan or expect it to be. And one thing I've learned in life is just you just need to be able to adjust to your circumstances when it comes to opportunities, when it comes to everything, relationships, when it comes to everything in your life. I know a lot of us, we try to be perfect, or the society that we grew up in, they emphasize being perfect, but that's not the reality of real life. Real life, you're gonna make a lot of mistakes. So many things is not going to happen the way you expected or planned it to be. And I think I heard somebody say in one of the motivational videos I was listening on YouTube. He asked it was a guy that was speaking to a crowd, and he asked the crowd, "What's the most important quality to be successful?" And a lot of people say determination, perseverance, work ethic, hard work, attitude. And then he said that the most important quality to be successful is the ability to adapt to any situation. And he said that was his point of view of the most important quality to be successful. And just thinking about it, it's absolutely true. When you start off in your journey in life, every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year, things just change. And that's the one constant in life. That one constant in life, things change. Life is always changing. Life is always progressing. Generations are progressing. The generation our parents grew up in is a total different generation than what I grew up in. Of the way we dress, the way we think, the way we interpret things, the way the music we listen to, especially when it comes to the things that we're trying to achieve in our life. So, for me, so many things, man, so many things have gone wrong in my life. Sometimes people look at me and they see my attitude, that I'm always happy and I'm always positive, and they assume that my life is, I live a good life. Never, like, I lived a very easy upbringing. Like, I never had any kind of adversity, obstacle. But little do they know that I've gone through so much in my life, and especially just the last, say, the last 6 months, especially 2020 with the pandemic. Like I mentioned earlier in my first video, I left my six-figure job to commit to myself full time towards my dream of working to be a motivational life coach, to be able to travel the world. And I just made a full commitment to do this, and go into the unknown. And I had to learn to be able to adjust my lifestyle, adjust my life, my circumstances, my finances. I had to adjust my whole life to be able, so that way I can fully commit myself to work towards my dreams. And that's, for a lot of people, that's pretty hard, but that's what you have to do in life. And also just understand that things can always the bad things are always going to happen no matter what, but you have to be prepared and ready to be able to make adjustments along the way. And that's something I just want to express that to everybody out there that's going towards living their own life, and working towards your goals and dreams. Just understand that you're gonna make mistakes, no matter how good you become, no matter how high you go up the ladder of, and how much progress or success you have. Things just, sometimes things just happen, and you can't control people, you can't control circumstances, you can't control how people feel about you, how people treat you. Sometimes you work at a job And then, like I said, and then the company lays off everybody, and then you're out of a job. And then you have to be able to adjust yourself to find a different job and keep it moving. And and one thing also, just want to share with you guys also, not only you have to be able to be able to adjust, but you have to be able to adjust with the and still keep the same enthusiasm and open mind for opportunities. And for me, like I said, like that's one thing I've always noticed. Pandemic. I left in the pandemic when I left my six-figure job. I didn't really have a lot of finances coming in. I had to survive off my savings and the things of investments I've done in the past. But I'm still looking for an opportunity. So that way, because in order to be successful, you gotta be able to fund yourself, to fund your dreams. You need to have you gotta have liquidity. You gotta have some money to finance your dreams. And it's crazy how, like, I was the last couple of months I was trying to figure it out, how to find a way to make money. And then and I think the last couple of weeks I just found a different opportunity that's through a mutual friend of mine, and now I'm working towards that. And then, but it's funny, like, for the last couple of months I was trying to figure out, find a way. But when you're looking, when you're openly seeking opportunities, you will see opportunities, and the opportunities will find you. And a lot of times people, when life happens, when life hits the fan, when shit happens in life, what happens is they close their mind, and then they close their mindset. They're no longer actively seeking or looking for different opportunities, because they're so caught up with the failure. They're so caught up with the disappointment of things not working out in their life. And then they're no longer enthusiastic about moving forward with their life. I think it was Winston Churchill who said, failure is constantly falling down, but keeping that same level of enthusiasm. I think that's what he said, something along the lines of that. It's like the ability to be able to get back up with the same enthusiasm when you were still standing. And that's something that's very important. No matter how bad my life gets, no matter how hard my life gets, like, I always try to keep the same level of enthusiasm. I always try to keep the same level of positivity. I always try to stay positive, to be grateful for what I have, and not dwell on what I don't have. So that way I can just keep a level mind, a level head. So that way I can be able to make logical and calculated decisions. So that way I can continue to move forward and progress in my life. So that's something that's very important in our journey in life, that you gotta be able to have emotional intelligence. You have to be able to control your emotions and not let your emotions get the best out of you. But I know it's just harder said than done. It's tough, man. It's very tough to be able to stay under control and not get emotional when life, especially when your life is just falling apart. Especially when there's so much hate and criticism, so much you're just depressed. Your friends are not your friends are not talking to you, or your friends are not backing you up, or you have family issues, family drama. There's so much things just going around in your life, and it's hard to stay focused and stay enthusiastic at that moment of time, and still be open to opportunities, especially if all the opportunities that you've been in has they abused you, or they didn't value you, and they dropped you, or they laid you off, or they fired you. Especially if you worked for a company for a long time, it's very hard to stay emotional stable, because you just want to let loose. You just want to just yell and scream, right? But I mean, I've got to that point. I've got to that point in my life also. I've got to a point where I just want to scream and go crazy. And I've done it so many times. But I realize is that it just doesn't do anything for you to move forward in your life, because no matter how much you feel, your goals don't care. Your goals and dreams and aspirations don't care about what you feel. It's either you do the work and get closer to your goals and dreams tomorrow, or you don't. And then every single time you become emotional, every single time you just dwell and make excuses or blame the world, it doesn't bring you any closer to your goals and dreams tomorrow. So that's what I want to share with you guys today, is learn to be flexible. and expect it. That's one thing about me. One thing that helps me is I expect it. I expect bad things to happen, and doesn't mean I go looking for it. That's the difference. I don't go look for for bad things. I don't go look for bad people. I don't try to put myself in situations where I might uh, put myself in situations that can hurt me. I'm very calculated, very, try to be smart of what I do or who I surround myself with, and what my environment is. But I always expect bad things to happen because I understand that's part of life, and that's just the way we learn as human beings. Is we have to go through the hard times and the hardships in order for us to grow, to strengthen ourselves, strengthen our own character, our inner strength, and our mentality. So for all you guys out there going through hard times, just understand everything is temporary. Hard times is temporary, doesn't last forever, just like a storm. No matter how scary and difficult and loud the storm is, it doesn't last forever. Eventually, the storm will pass. So just like your hardships, your hard times, and your failures, if you keep getting back up, if you try to learn from your past, learn from mistakes, and keep trying every single day, eventually, your difficulties in life will pass, and good times will come. And then when you do go through good times and happy times, you need to appreciate those times because even good times don't last forever. So you have to be able to balance both, to understand that when you have good times, celebrate it, be happy, appreciate it, be grateful that you have some good times. But just also, when you ever have good times, that's when you need to put your head down, go to work harder, so that way you will take advantage of that momentum and keep getting better. But then when you do fail and have hard times in your life, that's when you need to understand, to learn from, and understand that, things will always get better tomorrow. And you gotta have that attitude, that expectation, and also that enthusiasm. So that's what I wanted to share today for anybody out there that's going through a tough time, that's going through emotional breakdown, that's going through depression, that's going through feeling anxiety, feeling scared, feeling all alone. Um, I want to express my love to you guys. I understand it's not gonna last forever. It will only last forever if you give up and do nothing. So if you do nothing and give up, it's gonna last forever. They say uh, pain is temporary, but quitting is forever. If you quit today, if you quit working on yourself, if you quit working on yourself, if you quit loving yourself, if you quit, you know, trying to better yourself, trying to love yourself, to put yourself in position and do things for yourself to help you become more happy. If you give up on your happiness, if you give up on a better tomorrow, hopes and dreams and aspirations, then you're gonna suffer a life that's probably worse than death. And sometimes I see a lot of people go through that, and that's why you see a lot of people, uh, commit suicide is because they just think there's no other option. The pain is so great while they're alive that they feel like that it's much easier to die, and that's why a lot of people decide to go that route. But that's why it's so important for us. That's why I told you to be, you got to be able to adjust, and you have to be able to adapt and to your circumstances when bad things happen. That understand that it's a lesson, and when good things happen, understand it's a blessing. And for me, that's just the way I see it. For me, when it's either a blessing, a good thing for me, or it's either a lesson, a good thing for me to learn. So there's no negative. It's a double positive for me, and that allows me just to make sure that I don't break down and I don't put myself in a deeper hole to the point where I can't get myself out of it. So I just wanted to share that with you guys for today for my vlog. As everybody, as you work towards your best, as you work on your own journey in life, you know, just understand, there's, I'm telling you, there's more better days out there. There's more happier days out there. There's a lot of loving people out there. There's a lot of kind people out there. There's a lot of good days coming, but you will never you will never see those days if you decide to give up, or if you decide to do less. And so that means it will take longer for you to see those days. So you have to constantly keep working on yourself. Understand that life is not a destination, it's not a place, it's not an event. It's a journey, it's a long journey. But like I said, as you work, as you walk your journey or go through your journey, you're gonna become stronger every single time you get back up. And what happens is, you start reaching those places, those happy places in your life that a lot faster than most people who don't do anything or just wait or expect things to happen for them, like looking for miracles, looking for hope. So that's what I share with you guys. I love all you guys. Like I said, if you love my content, if I add value to your life, please, press the like button, subscribe. If you have any comments of anything you want to share with me and then want me to talk about, please drop a comment below on the bottom. But yeah, I will be releasing a vlog every single day, just sharing my thoughts and my experience of what I go through as I'm going through my own journey to achieve my goals and dreams, aspirations, and as I'm working to be my best, so I can live my best life. And because like I said, I truly believe that's the purpose of why we're all here is to be at our best to give back to the world. So love all you guys. Walk by faith, not by sight. Spread the love and positivity. Best all. Peace.